I will not answer this question as a sitting minister. I will answer this question as a senior advocate of Nigeria, a member of the INABA, and so I'm entitled to my personal opinion. This is not the federal government's position. For me, that panel was an illegal panel.
The panel of inquiry,
it's totally illegal,
led by Justice Okwebe, and set up also across the nation in at least 20 states.
Illegal panels.
Why is it so?
All lawyers who are listening to me should go back and read the Tribunals of Inquiry Act of Lagos State. It says that the governor will have power to inquire into the conduct of any person, underline any person, and then chieftaincy matters and on, and then any other matter within that to promote, the good of the public. However, any person there was defined in Section 21 to mean public officers of the states. Because when they say any person of the state, within the state, officer of the state, is defined to mean somebody within the public service of Lagos State or of the local government, as the case may be. Then the phrase was used at the end of Section 1. There it says any matter that they can inquire into any matter. So people now think that to inquire into any matter, it means that you can just be at large. You can be at large. You can inquire into any matter. However, if you look at Section 21 again of the Tribunal of Inquiry Law, it says that it has to be within the legislative competence of Lagos State. The person or the matter must be within the legislative competence of Lagos State. In other words, it is only people over whom the Lagos State has control that they can inquire into their conduct. If you don't have control over me, you can't inquire into my conduct. Policemen, the armed forces, military, they are not officers of Lagos State. They are officers of the federal government. By virtue of the Constitution, it's only the federal government that can control the conduct of policemen and the military. Lagos State cannot be in control. Cannot legislate too regarding police matters and military matters.
It's on the exclusive legislative list.
It's on the exclusive legislative list. So when you now say any matter, listen, when you say any matter, you cannot then say that you now hide under that phrase of any matter to defeat the original purpose of the law that says do not go beyond the persons over whom you have control. So when you now say any matter, and in the course of delving into any matter, you now call people and begin to inquire into the conduct of people not under your control, it is illegal, completely illegal. And no paper, no recommendation, nothing can come out of an illegal panel. Nothing.
Illegal not because
they have powers to set it up. To set up tribunals of inquiry.
But because the police and the military...
By the decision of Fawahimi and Babangida doing the Oputa panel, you go and read that decision. Yeah. Yes, they said it is now the states that have powers to constitute panels of inquiry.
And the federal government has power to the FCT.
Only the FCT. Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And so, let me make reference.
And that's in part 808 of Nigeria Judicial Law Report.
Yes. So and I'd like to ask you. Yes. So what you are saying is you have picked all because the police and the military are involved. The terms of reference. Yeah. Go and look at the terms of reference. There are six terms of reference. Yes, but
conduct of SARS. Yeah. Conduct of this, the victims of SARS.
But the question and
the officers of SARS.
The question I'd like to ask you is that it's involving the citizen of Lagos State and infrastructure and livelihood of Lagos State.
But that is the point they are making now, that the government the panel was not given powers and a mandate to inquire into the conduct of citizens, for example, who are fighting the police. That is what they said. They said that's why they could not indict anybody.
We can't say for sure.
That they killed policemen. Hold on. They cut the ground from under their own feet. People said, no, you can't talk about policemen that were killed or military because that was not terms of reference. So you cannot find out those people who perpetrated those offenses. So in other words, your mandate was restricted to only the conduct of the police. Not the citizens, not the victims, not the conduct of the victims.
But Minister, maybe you missed out the part where the federal government was involved in saying that state government with the Human Rights Commission should set up panel of inquiry in the states.
For me, those are political decisions. The federal government too cannot direct. Hold on. When you have powers to form those constitute panels of inquiry under your own law, can the federal government direct you? Can the federal government give directive to a state to exercise a power the way they should exercise it?
So who should have set up the panel?
No, see...
No, I'm saying now that you said it's illegal.
Yes.
So the question is, who would have the power to set it up. If the Lagos state government or any other state government lacks the power.
Unfortunately, the federal government can only set up that panel, for example, in Abuja, to inquire into the conduct of SARS officers and things that happen within Abuja, but not beyond.
So is it
because to inquire into the conduct of policemen and military, no state government can do that. No state government.
Is it not the standard logic on his head, though? When your citizens are involved in human rights violation, but because you think there is an organ of government or there is an apparatus of government involved that is under the powers of the federal government, although you have the prerogative of the federal government to look into what happened. Because how then do you investigate what happened if you don't set up a panel of inquiry?
Unfortunately, that is law. Law is not sentiment. Law is not emotions. Law is law. You cannot inquire into the... Look at what happened to Oputa panel. At the end of the day, Supreme Court killed Oputa panel. It's not in this context. It's not on all fours. But there was no sentiment about it. With all the work the Oputa panel did, at the end of the day, it came to naught. The Supreme Court said it was illegal. That is what happened.